This will just be a quick tutorial on how to make a dedicated online multiplayer server for Battle for Wesnoth, one of my favorite online multiplayer strategy games. Also has a good single player mode too. So if we go to multiplayer here and hit connect to a server, what you'll be able to do basically is type in your domain name and then the Wesnoth port. In my case, just a local server, so it's just the IP address on my local network, but this should work for an internet server as well. So this tutorial will assume you already have a Linux server and you can SSH into it. So I have a Raspberry Pi, should work for this tutorial, but this should be the same for any Debian based Linux server, more or less. So I'll just SSH into this server real quick. So after we're logged into our server, we're going to want to install Wesnoth, so just sudo apt install Wesnoth. I'll probably just fast forward through this part because it might take a while. So next we're going to want to actually search for the correct server package using apt. So actually I lied, don't use apt because you won't find it. What you actually want to use is apt cache search. That's a much more thorough search for packages. We pipe that in grep for server, and we can see Wesnoth 1.18 server. So that should be the package we're looking for. Now normally, I think in most repositories it's just called Wesnoth-server, but for some reason in apt, or the Debian repositories, it has whatever version number, so it's kind of, you can't just install Wesnoth-server, you have to find the right version first. So now all we need to do is sudo apt install Wesnoth 1.18 server. Now all we need to do is activate the server. So we clear the screen and then sudo systemctl enable and then Wesnoth, and we're going to want to tab complete here because, well, the service is going to be named differently according to what version you have. I believe that error there is actually just because I had the service running from an earlier recording I did, so just ignore that. So after the service is enabled, then you want to start it, so just sudo systemctl start and then the name of the service, and the server should be good to go. So we could probably just log into Wesnoth now and then see if we can log into the server. So the port for Wesnoth is 15,000, and you'll want to put your IP address of your server or whatever your domain name is in that window there to connect to the server. So just need to look up. Yeah, that's the local IP of my device, and we'll see if we can connect to it. Alright, so we are now in a multiplayer lobby hosted on the Raspberry Pi. And to prove that it's actually hosted on the Pi, we could shut down the Pi and you'll see it'll just kick us from the lobby. And if we switch windows back to Wesnoth here, we'd see error disconnected from server. And that is how you quickly spin up a dedicated multiplayer server for Battle for Wesnoth. Hopefully someone found this helpful, and hopefully there's more servers out there, because there's like 2 third-party servers I think for the whole game basically, and they're like in Romania or something. Maybe I'll host a real internet server one day and not just my own local versions, but I guess we'll see. But hopefully someone found this helpful, and thanks for watching.